So here we have spicy chicken skewers on a honey soy stir-fried rice bed. We're going to start with getting 2 chicken breasts, and we're simply going to cut them into 1-inch squares like this. Next you're going to get all your dried spices and put them into a bowl, and then we're going to add our butter chicken to that bowl, and then we're going to add our mayonnaise to that bowl also. And we're simply going to stir all these ingredients together until they're completely blended and look like this. Next we're simply going to place our chicken into that mix, and we're going to make sure that it's completely covered and blended together. And then we're simply going to put some Glad wrap over the top of this, and we're going to refrigerate it for 3 to 4 hours or overnight. So when you're ready to make them up, we simply get our bamboo skewers and we're going to soak those. Now you can soak these overnight or you can soak them for about 2 hours. Now we're going to prepare our vegetables for the skewers. So we're just going to get our red onion. We cut it in half, and then we cut it in half again, and then we cut it again, so you're left with quarters like this. And this leaves you these lovely little quarter shells which are easy to place on the skewers. And then we're going to get our capsicum. We take all of those white seeds and white pith out. Then we're going to cut it lengthways into strips like this. And then we're simply going to do the same and make these lovely little shell-like 1-inch pieces. Then we're going to get our zucchini. We're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to cut those halves into half and then the quarter. So we've got these little quarter shapes like this. So next we're going to get our air fryer rack. I'm simply going to put some tin foil over the top and then spray it lightly. So when we're ready to prepare them, we just put everything in front of us like this, and then we're just going to make them up. So we're going to get our chicken, we're going to get a bamboo stick, and we're going to start by putting 1 piece of chicken on like this, and then we're going to add a piece of onion, push it down, then another piece of chicken, and then a red capsicum, another piece of chicken, and then the zucchini, then another piece of chicken, and we're going to finish off with some red onion. And we're just going to continue this process until we've done all of the skewers. I actually get 11 out of this, depending on how many or how you cut your chicken will depend on how many you get. But once we've done all of our skewers, they should look like this. And then we're just going to brush them with the rest of the extra sauce and pop them in a preheated air fryer 180 degrees for 8 minutes, then turn and simply cook for a further 8 minutes. So when we've turned our chicken, we're going to drizzle some oil into a pan. We're going to let it heat up, and then we're going to take the leftover vegetables. We're going to put them into that hot oil, and we're going to stir those up until our vegetables have softened and the zucchini has browned and looks like this. So next we're going to get our 2 cups of cooked rice, and we're going to add that to our vegetables in the pan and continue to stir it like this. So we're going to continue to stir that rice through until it's completely covered with the oil and the vegetables, like this. So it only takes a couple of minutes to get to this point, and then we're going to add our honey and soy to this mix. So there we go, we're going to put our soy sauce in, and then we're going to add our honey, and we're just going to mix that all through like this. So we're just going to make sure that we mix all that honey through into that rice and vegetables. You can see it bubbling away there. And then we're just going to stir this, and then we're going to let it rest so that all that liquid evaporates down into the rice and vegetables. So we're just going to let it simmer for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to add our Chinese 5 spice. We're just going to stir that through for about a minute, and you can smell that aroma, and that's it. You can see how dry the mix is now. It's not full of liquid. That's exactly what we're looking for. So now it's time to plate it up. So we've got our beautiful chicken skewers, and we're simply going to get a plate, and we're going to put a couple of scoops of that rice on the bottom of the plate, and then we're simply going to lie our chicken skewers on one side, and I've just chopped some garlic chives on top. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Didn't take very long at all to make this. I hope you give it a go.